Chess friends, I hope you are doing well. Today, I have Anish Giri, who is a Dutch chess grandmaster and a chess prodigy who completed the requirements for the grandmaster title in 2009 at the age of 14, just incredible. I played with him in this Blitz chess game. The game is completely marvelous because I sacrificed my rook, and additionally, this game is going to be one of the most incredible chess games on the whole chess YouTube platform, so stay tuned until the end of the game. Let's get started without wasting any time. I started the game with e4. We have e6, and a French variation from Anish Giri because he loves to play the French, but at this point, instead of capturing it with the e-pawn, he played an alternative move, queen takes d5. What is his plan? Of course, I could play knight to c3, but I chose knight f3. Here, instead of playing knight f6, he delved into a completely new opening that starts with b5. Are you challenging me, Anish Giri? Because your rating is almost 2,000 less than mine, but still you are challenging me. I accepted your challenge and played knight c3. He replied with a smile and played bishop to b4, pinning down my knight. Later on, he exchanged it and played bishop to b7 to further his attack. Hey Anish, do you think I would castle and make a 2000 rated blunder so you could checkmate me by capturing the g2 pawn? That's foolishness. I will not do that. It will not happen, never. A few moves later, we have a4 in the game after the capture, and I played just castle. Of course, I didn't capture the pawn on a4, I just played a simple castle because my king loves to build a house near the sea. At this point, playing bishop c6 to protect the pawn would be a very risky move because I can play bishop to b4, seizing control over black's property, and the black king cannot go through the bishop's railway. Therefore, going back to the position. Instead of playing any nonsense-looking move, Anish, as a grandmaster, played knight c6, and after capture, we have a5 with the idea of protecting that square. At the same time, he creates a weakness on the b5 square. Anish, don't you know that every time you push your pawn, you gain control of one square and simultaneously lose control of another square? At this point, I played an invincible pawn move. Can you guess what I played? Of course, I played d5, with the idea of attacking the e6 pawn with my bishop because your king is located in the middle of the board, sitting on the balcony of the house, and the cops can arrive to arrest the king. At this point, capturing the pawn on d5 might seem reasonable to many players. Therefore, I will consider bishop b5, and after you castle, I will just slap your knight by playing bishop takes f6 and later put my rook on the h4 square with the idea of attacking the h7 bishop along with bishop d3 or queen to d3. Any move is possible, and if you play f5, then I will gain a new controlling square for my knight. Or I can drive my knight to the d4 square, which is what I want in the game to defeat you very miserably, like how God punished Saturn with his thunderbolt. So, going back to the position, we discovered that capturing the d5 pawn is a very bad choice. Therefore, the knight just moved back to the e7 square, putting pressure on the pawn, and opening up the bishop's diagonal. At the same time, he attacks my rook on the a4 square. At this point, try to think a little and guess the brilliant move I played. Many players might consider moving the rook back to the a1 square because the queen is attacking the rook on the a4 square, so why not protect the rook first? No, fool! You are trying to protect the rook, but I captured the pawn on the e6 square. That's the difference between you and me. I'm just sacrificing my rook with both hands up in the sky. Take away my rook is unworthy for me. With the smile of Mikhail Tal, Giri says, well, let me capture it because why not? You can call it a chess opening gambit because, after the queen runs to c6 and captures, I capture the pawn on f7, the king, still in his chair, spits out his coffee, and I play rook to e1. So, let me share a motivational quote in sudden with you. Stop worrying about what tomorrow may bring, focus on what you can control, stay positive, enjoy today, expect good things to come. So far, so good. I'm getting access to this file where my knight can jump through these squares. The bishops are just crisscross applesauce, putting pressure through these diagonals. The position will be completely in my hand because if the knight ever gets to the e6 square, it will be very hard for you to protect your position. I can even play knight to d4 to jump to the e6 square. The knight is like an anchor holding the center and attacking the black king. Therefore, Anish played queen d6, hoping to exchange queens. But I first captured the knight on the f6 square, checking, he had to capture it, and I played knight to d4. Alright, so far so good. Black cannot play any normal kind of moves such as a4. If you do that, hoping to open the rook file, I will play knight to e6 check, and your king will literally have no squares to go except king takes f7, then I will capture the pawn with a discovery check, and your queen will be vulnerable because the queen cannot be protected by the black king. I will capture the queen while eating my ice cream, and you will face miseries after losing the queen. Alright, so going back to the position, we discovered that playing a4 or any normal move is a very bad choice. That's why Anish played bishop to d5 to block the bishop's diagonal, and here I again played a brilliant move. Can you guess what I played? Try to think like Stockfish. Of course, I didn't capture the d5 bishop, I played the move, not rook takes e7, that's a comical and nonsensical move. I played rook to e6. What a brilliant move it is. The rook is under attack by the bishop, but if you dare to capture it, knight takes e6 will arrive with the same threat I examined 10 seconds ago. So, going back to the position, as the rook cannot be captured and my rook is attacking your queen has to run, you have no other choice. After the exchanges, we have g3, and of course, king takes f7 is still not possible because there is queen to h5 with the idea of attacking the knight, and the king simultaneously. After h5, c4, a4 and after all the exchanges, we have h4, further exchanges on the pawns follow, and you can see that queen c1 and queen a3 follow in the game. Going back 2 moves ago, black cannot capture the knight on the b3 square, that will be a vulnerable position because I can play queen to c5, checking the king, and I will promote into a new queen with another check. That is why we have queen to a3, a few moves later, we had queen here, b4, followed by d6, and we exchanged queens later on, we had d7, and I captured the rook. You can see that I very brilliantly created my outside passed pawn, and Anish Giri suddenly resigned the game, left his computer, shut it down and went for a walk with a smoke. That's a tragic loss for Anish Giri, but every grandmaster has to face it because I am Stockfish. Nobody can defeat me, as you know. So, I hope you enjoyed the game very much. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Wishing you all the best. Bye bye, take care and see you soon.